Hello everyone, what's going on? I'm Gareth, the Mastermind74 back again today. Welcome to another Source Shorts video, and at the time I'm doing this recording, and hopefully by the time this video gets uploaded to YouTube, it's Valentine's Day today, so happy Valentine's Day. I'm just spending it the same way I normally would, scared, tired and alone. Maybe not scared per se, but you know what I mean. But today I'm doing something a little special. I'm actually going to be looking at the first viewer requested video that was made on my Discord server. Yes, I do have a Discord server. It will be linked in the comments and the description, so if you want to join, you're more than welcome to do so. And this suggestion comes courtesy of Mazdo, who wanted to know how you can make stuff happen dependent on the date. So for example, in the original S mod, if it was Christmas Day, then you'd get exclusive content like a Christmas themed music on the main menu or a golden crowbar in Kleiner's lab. Now there was a comment left by Waddles, and their comment is not too dissimilar to what I'm going to be talking about, but there's actually a Valve way that you can go about doing stuff based off of the date. Not so much the time, but the date in particular. So if I go over to my Visual Studio solution here, I'm actually inside of c_barney.cpp, which, yeah, it's funny. For some reason, Barney has some client-side code, and if you take a look at it, nothing happens. So the code's completely useless. I don't know why Valve did this, but I decided to make some use of the constructor for Barney on the client. And the main thing that we're doing is this getCurrentDate function. Now, if I was to just highlight this and go to definition, then what you'll see is you go to platform.h, and you see that it's like an extern function. Platform interface is extern C, whatever the hell's going on there. But the point is, this is defined in the tier 0 DLL. That's why it's shown up as green, because the function's in a completely separate part of the code that we don't have access to. But when I said that what this does is similar to what Waddle suggested, if you use leaked code and see what this function does, then you can see it's pretty similar. But anyway, that's besides the point. The point is, the way that you use the function is like this. So you have to create 3 integers, and in my case I called them nday, nmonth, nyear, and then in the getCurrentDate function you pass through and nday, and nmonth, and nyear, and then you can do something like message date is %d, 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 passing through nday, nmonth, nyear to print the date. And so because it's Valentine's Day, it'll be the 14th of the 2nd, 2026. And then if you want to, you can do something special based off of the value of the day and the value of the month. So in this case, if day is 14 and month is 2, in other words, it's Valentine's Day, regardless of what the year is, then Barney can leave a little love message for Alex, and then that's pretty much what's going to happen. So if I build the solution, we can go into the mod and you can see this in action. Let's just see what happens when we boot into this source mod. Oh yeah, I should change the game capture as well, shouldn't I? Oh wait, what the hell's this? Sorry, you were trying to play this source mod after support for it has ended? Please build a time machine and travel back in time to play this mod. Sorry, you just had to be there to experience this experience, sad face. Okay guys, I have to confess something, I'm joking with you here. There's actually something you can do with this to imitate a games as a service style game by checking if the year is greater than a certain year and then error messaging, which don't do this, but that's what happened there in CDLL client int in the CHL client : init function. I'm screwing up with my words, but yeah, you can do something like this to sort of imitate rather a games as a service sort of thing, where it's like, yeah, the support's ended, and we're not even going to allow you to play the game, which don't even get me started on how I feel about that. I did do a video talking about stop killing games, and at least with this, there's a workaround where you can just change the date and time on your system settings, but, you know, for real games as a service games, this is pretty much something you can't do anything about. So don't do this, whatever you do. Do shit like this instead, please. Now, you might be thinking, well, for this getCurrentDate function, there's like int asterisks that get passed through as inputs. Can you not have the day or the month or the year? And from my experience, the answer is you need the day, month, and year, because if you try to pass through null, even though the code will work and compile, you'll end up getting a crash in tier 0.dll. So yeah, you need the day, month, and year basically. But if you, as long as you do this, like as I show here, then you can pretty much do anything based off of what the day and the month is. And so, yeah, that's pretty much all you need to do. So hopefully you found this somewhat informative and helpful, and please don't do shit like this, whatever you do, because that's not fun. Nobody will like you for doing that. But it is just something to point out for educational purposes. So yeah, let me know what you think. Have a great Valentine's Day, everyone. Peace out, see you later. Check out Gazatron on YouTube and SoundCloud, and thanks for watching.